Alright, so we have a cursed seed here, Hybrid Chapters Flower, and I've heard it is like quite a doozy. So we have Primordium, but, you know, arguably Stygian might be the worst beneficiary of Umbra. It certainly has nothing for superfood, right? So one particular low roll could be that we just start without aggressive. That's one thing. It's not unrecoverable. You know, Umbra still does provide the Ember Drain package for it. Other than that, Lance secondary does suck. But at least, you know, Stygian units typically with Umbra have pretty decent rolls. And then there's always Alloy if we don't get that. Okay, this music is a bit loud. Let me fix that first. Okay, well hopefully y'all could hear that. Not the end of the world. If not, we'll just get into it here. Alright, so Diligent is annoying. I don't mind the others that much. The Umbra starters here suck. You know, if you've seen my Umbra streak, I kind of mentioned that big strength of the Umbra is their common tier, but there's only 1 out of the 8 cards that suck, and this is the 1 out of the 8, Antumbra Assault, so that already sucks. Looks like Cole's going pretty far here. Helical Chrysalis is decent, though. I don't mind starting with that, and Ember Forge. Oh, okay, well, Cole already beat it here. Ember Forge is the worst. It's just the worst card. One of the worst cards in the game. It's so useless. Not ever happy to have that. But yeah, let's get into it here. We should also... Okay, we get aggressive, so we'll just do that. Stygian on the steel side. Stygian on the steel side. So those are probably happening. Sweeper is what we're looking for, in all honesty. A quick sweeper is going to be the best draw. But if we get multi-strike, a Siren works just fine. Anything really works fine with multi-strike. Even a frickin' Guard of the Unnamed. Because we're going to get so much attack with whatchamacallit. So, a lot of Merchant... I'm noticing there is a lot of Merchant of Steel, so... Titan Sentry could be a nice pickup just as a tech. You know, there's probably a good chance of getting Endless. What else do we have? A lot of Stygian banners on good sides of the map to go. So like Incant is on the menu. Merchant of Magic. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's definitely a lot of stuff on this map. It's a good map. That would have been nice for the superfood route. Kinstone, I mean, none of these really do anything for me. Oddly enough, like, in a way, Mark of an Exile is almost good just to give, like, if I get a Spikes trial, I survive because I'd have 4 health. Kinstone has the potential to be pretty good. But it does nothing for me right now. Aggressive can have a rough start. I'm honestly debating this. I don't know. It seems probably dumb. Let's just take the Kinstone Totem. Now, I rarely skip Divine Hordes, but this is almost reason to do it. I'm going to say because I have the Crystallis, I don't need to skip it. Mind Jacks could be okay. We probably have to set up mid but for Divinity. But man, a first Hell Pact has so many hits in Umbra. I'm tempted just to do that. Keep in mind, we don't have to use Primordium, right? It's kind of why I don't necessarily find him as S tier as a lot of people do. Often it just doesn't make sense to force value out of him in a run when you could just... Like, let's put it this way. If I get multi-striking Siren, I might just be better off going top with 2 of them and saying fuck it to Primordium. But first Hell Pack just has so many hits. I think we gotta do that. Mark of Invasion is risky. It shouldn't be that risky, though. Between the plinks and all of these spells, I don't think there's a possible low roll where we can't play our units. If anything, we can just play bottom. So we'll do it here. Alright, plink up here is good. I'm gonna just block with this. Put that down. Do that. And we could just go down here and do that, I think. Well, we're gonna have to plink up here, it seems. Or I could Crystallis up here. Because there's too much damage coming in. As much as I want to get that collector... I think I should... I'm not even guaranteed to get the collector. Let's just plink here, and I'll do... the bottom here. I could block this, just keep him alive. Might be relevant. I mean, we added damage to him. We might as well try to get some value out of him. Alright, that's a good one. We could just put some of this here, put this down to get us some value. Okay, let's block with that. That'll do 46 damage. That's pretty good. And I think we'll just give this guy the rest. Alright, so we get through that one. Okay. If I was going the Umber routes here, I would take Making of a Morsel, but Mind Collapse, easy take here. We need backline clear consistently, and that's just amazing. This is probably a skip or Crypt Builder. Crypt Builder is probably worth an add, I think. I think it's a pretty good card. It's obviously a lot better with Forgotten Powers. Let's see what we're getting here. Quick. Okay, Sweeper becomes pretty good. Offering Monument, though. Damn. It's a weird world where this kind of is, like, amazing if I don't incant. But it does seem kind of wasteful to take Primordium and not do quick. Here's another option. I can still go mid Sweeper. Quick. And Sylphite can certainly be good. I'm so tempted to take the Monument, but I think without Forgotten Powers, certainly if we find a lot of discard, this is insane, right? The ceiling here is just out of this world. It's also a unit I could just put down now, and it'll kill Ring too if I don't incant. It has a ton of health. I can just feed it the damage from Primordium. But I don't know. It's a little YOLO. It is certainly a bit YOLO. Whereas I could just take the quick here. I think we just take the quick. Honestly, quick and maybe health. Armor incant would be better. Probably. Hard to say, honestly. If we find a Prismal Dust, we're fine. I am going to do quick. I'll do health for now. I think that's fine. We still might end up with other units, but for now this is pretty strong. I don't think we'll take this, because we're going to take the next Divine Horde. That'll already put us at a pretty high amount of shards, 30, going into Daedalus. So it spikes, but, you know, we added health to make it so we can take things like this on. We'll still go up top. We'll try for this. It's worth a shot, right? We can still kill it with this. And I'll try for that. We get it. Get a little 1/1 of stats. Let's get some Ember. Should have put it on the bottom, maybe. Okay. We could just take the hit here. I mean, I'd rather Oh man, is he really dying? Okay, well, never mind. I want the extra 10 then. And we can take that. Some lifesteal we should save for later, because you're quick. It'll waste it. And we'll just put some damage on that guy. So here, we'll just do that. Oh, that was... Yeah, it ended up working out, okay. Could block with that. It's fine, we're probably not really relevantly playing anything next turn anyway. Nice. Alright. Well, we get through that. This is a pretty easy choice. We have the X cost. We talked about needing defense. Boom. Incredible defense. Damn, was really hoping for offering token here. Not gonna lie. I don't think I would take another crypt builder since I know I don't have offering token now. Flash freeze is really the only consideration for me right now. I don't know that I need it. Like, I'm already... Priority on piercing upgrade goes to Mind Collapse. I already have these if I really need it. Like, it's okay. It's definitely better than the Entumbra Assaults. It's not better than the Mind Collapse, I would say. It certainly might help us beat the boss, though. I think it's worth an add. It's a pretty good card. So I don't need a Merchant of Steel upgrades right now. But at the same time, I chose, you know, not to really go any morsel routes. We may benefit more from... So the only real thing I can do here is pick up a Titan Sentry, hope for Endless, or pick up probably any of the good rares, or a Siren of the Sea. Well, I'll tell you what, most of the Stygian... we do still probably want an Essence on our Sweeper, if we are sticking with the Sweeper. We're not entirely sure if we are yet. I think it's still worth probably going left. It sure would be nice though to like add Consume Remove or something to Prismal Dust. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay, quick again. This would not be a bad infusion for the Siliphyte. Might even be arguably the best one we could find. I was thinking we might want extra damage, but here's the thing about Siliphyte. If the plan is to go mid, so 40 times 3, you know, we'll have 120. That takes out anything other than the large tanks and the mini-boss, but I can just finish up top with a spell weakness. With like Crypt Builder or something. Even the Crystallissus could do some work. And then I can just keep getting armor incanted. I can incant a decent amount. Ooh, okay. I'm especially satisfied that I did it now. So we're getting a lot of armor out of that. I'd still rather get a Siren Infusion probably, so I can keep scaling damage as well. But we have at least one good, you know, thing locked in. Let's see what we're getting here. Let's pay Pyre Health. I'm pretty sure we're fine on that front. No, not if it's gonna... Jesus. 75% my ass. That was fucking 35 health spent or something. 25 health. It's definitely some bullshit. So we're not spending money. We should remove some stewards, I think. I don't know, though. I mean, honestly... Yeah, we do have the Prismal Dust. I'm just trying to think if Stealth Boss we need the stewards. Like, I could just remove... I don't really want to remove the spells right now because we are technically going to be kind of an incant deck eventually here. Not this ring. It'll have to be this ring that we do it. And between here and here, we just hope to find Siren of the Sea. If not, we do the armor. I think for a measly 25 gold, I will add some damage to this guy just to help with the Pyre Health situation that we got fucked into here. I'm going to remove one steward. It doesn't make sense to me to remove spells at the moment. I'm going to remove 2. Especially because this could be rough. I didn't expect to take that much fire health from that cavern event, but I also didn't want to pay gold because why pay gold when you don't have to, right? Alright, we don't start with our dude. That's always fun. But we're still going to go top with it. I want time to find stuff. We can do... Haha, you tried to fuck us, but you didn't. You tried to, but you didn't. We get a lot of armor down here. That's not bad. Let's just try to... let's try to get some stuff there, and then we can just do this to prevent all that damage. Give you some of that. Can even stack up some spell weakness on this guy. Alright, there's not really... Well, I just hope the plinks don't hit here, I guess. But there's not much else to do here other than incant this guy. Oh, there goes the spell weakness. It is what it is. Let's just block with this for now. So we've got all our damage to this guy up here. I'm doing 37. Doing 38. Man, I should have just used that. You know what? I could just try for... I was hoping for damage. This is not damage, of course. We could just do... We could do this. It doesn't really help us. I mean, since it doesn't help us, I'm just going to do this then. We're going to take a little pyro damage here, but hopefully... well, how much do I need to do to this guy? I need to do 4. I need to do 7 damage. That's pretty... It's impossible. Now, if I Crypt Builder, I actually could. I didn't even think of the Frozen Lance scenario, so... Slight mistake here does cost us 2, but maybe it's not a mistake. I mean, 6 damage shield does just guarantee we're going to pwn this guy and such. Let's try for this. No. Let's just settle for that, I think. Damn, I cannot get damage. What the fuck? Whatever. We can get this so that... Okay, well, there's damage. That actually killed... It almost killed that guy. But now I got a little bit more damage. Alright, one of them will do. And then let's do... that. Do I want to Ember Drain? I don't think so. Let's just put you there then. Oh, I keep forgetting I have Winged Steel. Well, it doesn't matter. We're going to destroy this guy. I'm not too worried about getting the... Like, I'm not getting any big spells coming up anyway, so let's just do this and that. And I guess that. And get him right in the face. Actually, almost died. Shit, I didn't it's a good thing we did the 6 spell shield then. Damage shield. We might have been dead there. Umbra Stone basically adds us multi-strike, but Deep Offering is pretty good with Kinstone Totem. And Spike is actually a pretty good card with Hell Pact. Considering our health situation... Honestly, for the endgame, Spike would probably be better, but the Umbra Stone gives us quite a boost here. Alright. We could take Titan Sentry. I would have to spend a Hell Vent on it prematurely, so I get the self-infuse. The steals are such that it'd be a while... Like, if I don't hit Endless there... I have to wait all the way till here. I don't even know that I'm hitting this steel. Like, Hellvent's right there. I don't think we need it. We're quick, and I now have Trample. So, I'd rather just get the unit that, you know, I want. So we miss there. You know, with Winged Steel, I'm not opposed to doing an Ember upgrade. I think it kind of makes sense. Usually you just want draw, but... I think we can probably justify Ember because of the Winged Steel. Now we just have to remember that I have it. That's a tall fucking ask, but See if we can get a better unit here. We'll check this just to see. Piercing. We'll add piercing to crit builder probably. Alright, so we don't really find the siren. That's fine. We're gonna make the infusion right now then. We don't want to not draw this at the start. And we do want the armor. Now, piercing is just too useful to not put on something. I actually kind of wonder if I'd just do the Mind Collapse, honestly. It's so good on Mind Collapse. I think I'll do that. I don't know that I would put the 30. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's okay. I mean, I am gonna probably be mid, like I said, in Divinity. I could go mid in other fights, too, to actually cash in on the spell weakness that I apply. I don't think it's that necessary, though. Honestly, when I put Umbra Stone in, the waves are getting deleted, and I'd rather just have an entire extra turn to find stuff. So, I don't think I'll take it. I'm already at 65 shards. And I think we're going to be fine for Stealth Boss, because I already see what I'm going to Hellvent, and it's going to be Prismal Dust. So, I could also argue Umbra Stone just to get it earlier. But, you know, we can still hit. We have plenty of temples to hit Intrinsic. And if I don't hit it by, like, this point, I can just fucking Hellvent it. We have so many temples, holy shit. It's been a while since I've seen a string of temples like that. So the best Hellvents, in my opinion, in the current deck, it's really just two options. The Mind Collapse, which would cost 5 shards, or the Prismal Dust. Prismal Dust is going to help us a lot to survive, in general, Relentless, in general, Spikes, and in general, the Sweet Boss. Now, I do wonder if we're going to have trouble against a multi-striking boss, though. That's something to think about. We'll be on the big lookout for a sap card if we can get one. But, yeah, we're definitely going to Hellvent that. I do have a lot of armor I'm making, too. So, with the double incant. But definitely full aggressive. Only other option would be I could flex a point of superfood, but no, we need all of the damage that it provides, and we need it fast. I think this armor should be fine. I really hate this group, though. But it is what it is. We kind of counteract it with the Winged Steel to a certain degree. Well, we start with the Umber Stone. That's pretty nice. Winged Steel just draws a thing. We'll put you here. Okay. These plinks really are just never going to get a target. Well, we can kill that. Do I need this here is the question. I'll be up to 41, 61, but I trample for double, so 120. So I don't need anything there. I think we just go for the max damage shield here. It wouldn't be a full 120, will it, because of that armor? Well, either way, there's really just nothing I can do. I don't have heavy enough hitting stuff to generate morsels, so everything's in damage, spell damage. So let's just get the maxes here, so I'm good for Relentless. Hopefully I don't have to leak too much. Ooh, that one's going to be tough. Let's try to get Mind Collapse. The only way I do that, it's kind of a catch-22. Either way, I guess I want it. Let's try it. Okay, no Mind Collapse. I don't know that I actually want to Mind Collapse this, because I think I want all of the trample that both of those units provide. Well, let's see. Yeah, I think I'll actually just do this. We should be fine here. Yep, there we go. And then we can just do... Does this do more damage than this does? I don't think so. We have 14 damage shield. We'll be fine. Granted, I'm losing twice damage shield because of the spikes, but It just sort of is what it is. And again, I don't really think we want to mind collapse this. What if we just do incant here, incant there? Like, I want that trample hit. Alright, that'll do. Always a scary ring, ring 4. And I'll be honest, I always go too heavy on shards because I'm just too giddy to make my infusions and stuff. Well, engine upgrade could definitely be good. I do wonder if against Diligent Ember Cache is better. It's just so slow is the problem. I think we're going to have enough spell fodder that we don't care too much. Engine upgrade is already its own form of spell fodder. Okay, like I said, we want drain. At any rate, we want drain. Divinity, everything is just good. Plus, we have the Kinstone synergy. Drain's just a really good card. Ring 5. Does any of this help me? I don't think so. Lowering their damage might, so I'll take that. Who knows? Maybe I leak some awful thing, but the overcharged tanks could certainly leak. I think we go here. Vortex is nice, but I already kind of removed most of what I need to remove. Holdover. Holdover drain is definitely enticing. With the trample, I almost don't want to hold over something like a mind collapse. The mind collapse is there if I need it. Could put piercing on that crypt builder. Definitely open to that. Let's see what we got here. That's not too bad for Primordium, honestly, but Cheater's Hand has no use with Winged Steel, unfortunately, so we'll take that. I mean, it's decent health. Let's take a look here. Very interesting. Honestly, I would love the Major Refraction. I just obviously can't fit it on the floor if I take that. Especially mid. See, this is where Mind Jacks might have came in nice. We can just add a minor refraction, though. I don't know that it really does anything. It does make a future Pyrestone housing nullified. Yeah, I don't know. What could we do here? What makes sense? If I do end up with a grovel, which I would take, I think, then the minor refraction does become good. It's about all I can think of. I guess I can fit a Ember Forge. I can't even fit an Ember Forge on the floor. Stewards are gone. I could fit a Steward on the floor. There's really just nothing. So do I just... It's weird, but do I skip here? I'm trying to think of any benefit I get from doing the minor refraction. The major... Unfortunately, I just don't think I get through these rings without the buffs from Primordium. So... It's just too risky for me to do that. But so the question is it going to be skip or minor refraction? Because like if I get Pyrestone housing, I do probably want to like put a multi-strike or something on. Even just extra health, extra armor, incant, all of those things are good options. So what is normally such a powerful concealed caverns, I don't actually think we can really make use of. It's very unfortunate. Well, here's another option. I could Hellvent it at the minor refraction, and then I can fit 2 of them on a floor. One of them will just be in the back with 1 damage, doing extra spell weakness and getting its own armor, so the Relentlesses are guaranteed at that point. I kind of feel like we're fine into all Relentlesses anyway. And that would only make sense if I'm really going mid at like all routes. Plus my Hellvents aren't until a long time down the road. I think we just skip here, unfortunately. I just don't see any reason to take the minor refraction. It's such a small chance. It's not that small of a chance, actually, that we find Pyrestone housing, so... Now, the one thing that sucks here is... No, it's not too much. I was going to say the double stack upgrade kind of loses value, but we have the damage shield for that. So I think we hold this over and make it 0. Kind of wish I did a frickin' draw upgrade now, because I'll have probably way more Ember than I know what to do with. I'm going to add 10 here, and then add the piercing to it. With Drain on holdover, this thing's going to be pretty beastly. And that can finish things in Divinity quite well. Spell Chain, nothing really worth spell chaining. I do want to make that Umberstone probably cheaper though, so that if I draw into it, it's a little more playable. Don't think we have any good permafrosts. Yeah, not really. You could do the Prismal Dust. It's not that good. I think I add 10 here. Still like that thing to kill, you know, spikes, channelers, and whatnot. Alright, let's fight. It is a spikes boss. We should be fine here, though. Mark of Invasion's easy. This troop should be fine as long as I draw Umberstone in time. Which, again, had I done a draw upgrade instead of an Ember upgrade, certainly would have been nice. Do I greed this? It is stealth boss, so I think yes. I should draw back through the deck in time. So, oh, we're lucky to not have that get sharded up, but this is the only problem floor. I think even without Trample Stone we'll probably be fine. Okay, we can definitely do this. Give it some damage for now. I'll save that for later. We could do this for a pretty respectable amount. The only problem is that if I draw into Trample Stone right now, it's not so great. I think we still greed with this. And I can plink. Those will be good. Those will be good things to draw back into against the stealth boss. So I'm going to keep them all in the deck and just incant some armor here. We'll do that, and let's just get you with some damage on you. Some health is welcome. I should have plinked first, but whatever. We forgot to remove the Ember Forge. I need to remember to do that. We get this in the nick of time. And I could keep this on holdover. It's fine. That's fine. Doesn't do anything there. Let's just get this guy with this, actually. Alright. Plink. Now that we can do. Just trying to incant as much as possible here. These are fine up here. They serve the same purpose essentially that we are looking to do here. Do this for the incant. Put this here in preparation H. Alright, we got all those morsels in the deck just to draw none of them. Sweet. Whatever. Let's just do this. I guess we could do that. Didn't draw a damn bit of them. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Doesn't look like it's going to end up really mattering. Yeah. Easy peasy. Definitely lacking in the damage department, though. Void Binding's an interesting one. We have so much Ember. Between my Ember upgrade and a engine upgrade. Ember Forge is not going to stay in the deck, I can tell you that. And a Kinhost Totem. I could maybe justify Void Binding. I mean, it's pretty damn good scaling. Ember Cache is always something. I think we want some offense. I'm down to take that offensive spike. Ice Storm isn't so bad, but I think we take this. I think Ice Storm doesn't help this deck that much other than to finish up top. I think we've already got a powerful crit builder for that. We have Mind Collapse for that. Helical Crystallisis to some extent. Not gonna lie, it's enticing to go left there, but I don't think so. Man, shit frost. Just shit frost everywhere. -2. No intrinsic. Sketches. I mean, in a way, it almost could make sense just to get my Sillified. It gives me an extra draw turn 1, gives me an extra Ember turn 1 in the context of Divinity. I guess the other end of this is like, we were thinking of intrinsicing Trample Stone, but like, I could just intrinsic Prismal Dust just the same, and then I could set up top. And it really sucks to like completely low roll on an artifact though. Like usually you can even like think of like the 5 health one. It sucks, but at least it helps a little bit. Like these ones truly do nothing for me because I really, with the small scaling that I have, I just don't think I can set up mid in any fight other than Divinity. So 25 gold, I guess, and then we're getting the worst upgrade here possible. Again, there's just nothing that I benefit from permafrost on. I guess I could permafrost Void Binding. It's not the end of the world to do that. Is that a good use of my money? I think so. Because in some fights I won't want to play it, and I don't want to redraw it. So in a way it kind of helps it. Should I make this 0 so that I just draw into it? I think if I intrinsic, I just want these Prismal Dusts. Huh. Real tough, real tough. It's either engine upgrade or this that I make a 0. Because I would love to be able to play Prismal Dusts, and then if I draw into that, it's just 0. Let's just make it 0. These Entumbra Assaults are probably just going out of the deck. Could make that 10, I think. It's fine. Got another holdover. Now I wish I just... Because this 0-costed held over is honestly amazing. I could still hold it over. I mean, but between Drain and it, that kind of makes sense, right? It'll get thrown away sometimes, but there are some fights where holding that over will be a godsend. The only one it won't be a godsend against is the Diligent fight. I think it makes sense. In a lot of other fights, that's going to be quite good. I think we want to 0-cost some other stuff for spell fodder, like Frozen Lance probably, maybe Plinks are better. Those have a chance at breaking Spell Shield on things that I need it to break Spell Shield on. So let's get to work on that. We're not going to be able to remove all these other spells, so like Surge Stoning things is fine. Surge Stone and Entumbra Assault. Plink and Surge and that are pretty good Surge Stone targets. Okay, bye-bye Emberforge, for sure. Definitely getting rid of that. Not sure on the rest. I guess the Frozen Lances, they're pretty good incants though. I think I still like the Crystallises. They're still somewhat relevant. So we need to get our shards somewhere. I could make one 0 and make it piercing. Might be a little premature for that though. I definitely need to get my shards though. I'll find a way to get the shards. Piercing on one of these? I mean, that could do 35 by 35. I think that's fine. I think that is fine. But maybe just not the -2. Yeah, I think I like that. Alright, looks like 2 people went down here. Okay. Don't think I really care about these. Maybe that one. I could cycle back to that one, I guess. And then we'll just incant up here. Just gonna do that. Unfortunate, but that's a good example of why I want Umberstone at 0. I do want to be able to spam stuff out. So this is fine that we have a permafrosted. We can just hold it for when we need it. I do think I need to trigger Wing Steel. Alright, well, that sucked. Had a bit of a circuit breaker issue. But we're able to recover here. So let's get to this fight. Okay, I forget how I'm able to resolve this. Problem is when you have to try to restore this. Oh, that is not the right one. That is again not the right one. You have to it sucks because it loses your progress in the run, so you have to try. Okay, there we go. You have to try to restore it from a backup. If you're ever curious, though, so if you do have that happen, the way to get around it is you take your metagame save. What am I trying to say? Your metagame save backup. Who knows? Who knows what I'm even trying to say? I don't even knows. How do I explain this? So you got your save files, right? And it basically, for whatever reason, even though it keeps your information, it resets you to the start of the run if you try to get back into it. To get around that, you just have to copy the current one, start the run, get back out of the run, save the copy that you backed up, and then you're good to go. Now, if that made any sense, congrats. You know, I don't know. So anyway, the plan with this void binding is we should be good on Ember once we get the drain, more or less. For this fight, honestly, I think the most important thing is that we just play this anyway. This is a good thing that we got the Umberstone to 0, so you know we're gonna be good to go. Yeah. At least I hope we're gonna be good to go. So I want to keep. We also, well, we're gonna need to draw Trample soon, or else I don't know. We might take some damage. Let me think. What is my best option here? Getting how much armor on Incant? 4. I suppose we could just silence here. Do that. Well, there's that. We could do. Okay, let's do this. This. We do want to stack Drain on the boss, though we also want to use it for incants up top. I don't know, we'll see. So we definitely want to do that. Okay, now that guy's dying. I don't know that we'll get a better... I mean, I'm only getting armor on incant. I think I should actually just stack this guy with stuff. Though I probably do want to damage, like... well, we can do incant here. Do I want to put Frostbite on him? 83. So these guys probably leak... Well, we get Void Binding back a few times. I think we're fine just to do this. I lose my spell weakness. I'm kind of like, who cares? I don't think that will end up mattering. Okay, so I think we keep trying for this. And man, I sure would like to play that, but I think we're going to be so Ember Drained here, it doesn't really matter. It is a bit dangerous, though, that this isn't at 0, because this can just get tossed, right? Keep that up. Speak of the devil. Well, I guess we're not doing any damage there. Well, in the same vein, I think we want to keep that, because man, we got to cycle. That is the worst turn for that to happen on. God damn it. Blah. Well, there's not really much that makes sense here. Just put some damage in there, whatever. Yikes. Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll go down on this. Who knows? Actually, I think we'll be fine. Well, am I going to be fine against that guy? Against this guy down here, I don't know, honestly. That's 11 damage. I can only do about half damage. I think I need to start stacking sap on that guy, actually. Okay, we can do this. I might as well do it here for an incant. Could get Ember back here. And this could just finish that guy off. How much damage is this guy down to now? So he's down to 7 damage. Do kind of want to keep sapping Fell. I mean, 19 damage is a lot. Then again, it's kind of redundant with my damage shield, isn't it? So maybe it's still fine to do that. And I really don't have much damage because of tossing out that thing. I think we do need to play cards just so that I can, like, even up here, I'm wondering, like, how much can I get this guy down to? Well, 7 damage, 11 damage. I'm decaying my damage, 85. Let's see, I can survive 11 by 2. I'm doing 30 damage. I think I do need to do this, unfortunately. Am I getting Crypt Builder? There's a world where I could Crypt Builder this guy. Okay, he's down to 3. I think we're fine there. We can do that then. Yikes. Wow, that was way more than I thought it would. Uh-oh. Okay, we're in a bad way here. Let's do this. We start with that. Okay, that was a lot of damage. Okay, well, we're just dead then. Huh. Well, that was a pretty brutal... I honestly didn't think we'd die here. Pretty brutal to lose the Void Binding. That's unfortunate. Well... Yeah, I think if we didn't toss the Void Binding on just the worst turn possible, we're probably fine, but... It's probably indicative that I did something wrong here. Man, I honestly never consider this fell that hard, but we got pretty wrecked there. Trying to think what we could even do different. We even hit like Crypt Builder with spell weakness. Oh well. A little disappointed in my performance there. Well, we'll see what Cole did. So Cole must have beaten it on a second playthrough then. This looks rough. Titan Sentry with aggressive edible. That's pretty good. Holdover Ice Storm. Shroud Mitosis. I'm a little flabbergasted that this died, to be honest. Trying to guess. If I would have just zero costed this, I don't know why I did the all I had to do is not permafrost this, and then I could have zero cost holdover, and we would have been fine. That's a pretty big mistake to permafrost. I don't know why I permafrost this. This is another. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I hate this. I really hate this upgrade permafrost. It's obviously good on some stuff, but of the four, it's usually the one I'm least excited to see. And I should have just, case in point. I'm like, oh, I got all this gold. I got to use it on something. But I would have literally been better off just not putting it on anything. And then I could have zero costed this when I saw the holdover. That's probably, I think, the main mistake here. I think I counted on being able to play it every turn, which is kind of stupid. I mean, I have to play this first. I don't know why I thought that would, a scenario wouldn't come up. I've been playing pretty bad lately, honestly. Oh well. I do think, though, it was a tough seed. But my guess is Dusk will end up beating this pretty handily. Let's see if we can see, based on other people's runs, what might come up. Looks like this Ryan Thames has a pretty similar thing to what we tried. It does look like there's no Endless being found on Sentry, so that's a tough thing. Trying to think anything else. There's an old magic that we didn't find. That would have been pretty nice. You could put that on Primordium even to get extra stacking. So definitely wish we found the old magic. It does also suck that we couldn't cash in on that cavern event that we had that's normally really good. I mean, other than that, we got a really similar build, Ryan Thames and I. But still the same thing. Just Fell is rough. And what else do we have? We have SMB. Ironically, if we had gone Superfood, this run would have been better, but I don't know that it's necessarily smart to do that in this combo when aggressive is offered. But, we could avoid binding Superfood, and who knows, that Stalwart might be found as well. That would be pretty powerful. This is actually pretty good scaling. I should have thought of this more. I mean, Making of a Morsel is a pretty good card. Mind Collapse is really good too. I believe that's what it was up against. We had if we hadn't had the X cost artifact, I wonder if I would have considered Making of a Morsel a bit more. It's also possible is there a way I could have just navigated the fight better? I don't know. I'm not thinking too clearly these days. Nicky Doo crew. I mean, a lot of us have the same idea. And it just ends up being rough. It seemed like the run... I'm trying to think back now. Yeah, I don't... Other than the old magic would have been nice. But I'm trying to think what we would... Where did we go different? Trying to think back, must have been Ring 4. That's the only one I can think of. There must have been caverns on the side we didn't go to. Yeah, it would have been extra draw, extra damage. I don't know. Even in our build, I don't know if it would have been enough. Like, we didn't really come close to killing Fel. Did I not hit enough damage shield or something? I guess I'm just not doing enough damage. I mean, I've always... There's another problem, I think. I think I overestimate the damage that Primordium gives. I was only doing 70 damage, single strike. That's not that much. And honestly, yeah, you know what, now that I think about it though, if I would have just set up mid, why didn't I do that? It's a micro issue. I think, yeah, okay, now it's starting to come clear. So look at this. We have Crypt Builder. That's a big hitter. I mean, nothing else really. Some of these are kind of okay, but if we were able to put in a ton of spell weakness mid-floor, we would have been able to hopefully finish with Crypt Builder. Obviously, knowing how it went, we did draw it that turn we would have needed it. And that would have definitely just deleted Fel. But at the same time, I do kind of wonder if we would have been able to deal with the waves. You know, I only really have the Crystallis and the Crypt Builder to finish them with. I can't draw them every turn, right? This is something I used to be a lot better with, was playing Silophyte and making use of the spell weakness. I think I was just way overconfident in the sweep. But you know what? It's fine. We'll, it got me. It got me. Just, so Cole, if Cole is watching, is Cole the original submitter? I think Cole is, right? Or is it Ryan Thames? We can tell probably by the time. 2, 3. Oh yeah, Cole's the original submitter. So Cole, you did end up beating it. Let us know what ended up being the winning line. Cause this somewhat seemingly obvious path to go down didn't quite end up working out for basically all of us. So there has to be something else. Maybe there's like a alloyed construct or something. Well, anyway, I probably talked to this one to death. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.